is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with some more analysis today. Might as well give y'all something to watch as we still going through the lockdown. But I really wanted to talk about the Nets a little bit more and a player that has come up in a lot of their trade rumors and a guy that they show and say is replaceable because they have DeAndre Jordan, a guy that was an all NBA and an all-star for one season. But that shows you how important he was to the Clippers, even though I thought DeAndre Jordan was a real reason why they never got over the hump, just because he wasn't a great enough player to really get the best out of Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. He didn't do enough, especially on the offensive end, making them limited because they paid him so much money, the max, that summer, and he didn't really make them any better because he never really got better outside of being a more respectable defender. Then other than that, you're giving $80 million to a guy that's going to protect the rim, finish around the basket, and not be a great free throw shooter or limited offensively outside of that. And that's the guy you want to give the max to. And I feel like that was a big reason why they never got over the hump, because they needed a wing. But you gave so much money to DeAndre Jordan, and the money that they gave him was outrageous for what he brings to the table, considering that the game wasn't spaced out back then. But you see the team that he played for. He was going to go to Dallas. But at least you could get somebody that's a better fit offensively and defensively if DeAndre Jordan would have left. I was a guy that said try to get Marcus Gasol, because at least you know he can defend just as good as DeAndre, but he can also hit the mid range, the three, and the post up, and really become a guy that can punish switches like he helped with the Raptors. But they ended up, staying with DeAndre Jordan and basically became a team that's a what if team, a team that could have been great, a team that could have been a title contender, but never even got to the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. So they probably was one of the duos that was overrated, just because Blake Griffin and Chris Paul never got that far. They came close, but it's either you're doing it or you're not. So at the end of the day, they didn't accomplish that goal of being a legitimate title contender the way people felt about them each and every season going into that season. And I feel the same way about Jarrett Allen. I feel like a lot of people are underrating him just because he plays for Brooklyn and he knows his role and he does his job. But Jarrett Allen is a guy that's not overpaid. He's still on his rookie contract. Plus, he hasn't showed that superstar, all-star potential just yet. Even though he is very young, he wouldn't get a max contract anyway, because there's not really that many places he can go right now in the NBA and really be a huge difference maker. But at least he's better than DeAndre Jordan right now, and a little bit more versatile than DeAndre Jordan at this point. Plus, he still has room to grow when you count in his age and the fact that he'll be playing with Kyrie and Kevin Durant, two guys that'll make his job a lot easier just because they garner and they warrant so much attention because they're so great offensively and they're great penetrators and they're great passers for their position, which influences DeAndre Jordan and Jarrett Allen to really get easy buckets and just do the dirty work, like setting screens, keeping people with getting their space, whether they need a first step or space to get a jump shot off for a mid-range or a three, or just stay around the basket. So anytime somebody collapses the defense or takes two people away from Jarrett Allen, just finish the basket. And he does those things already, but he has shown potential to be a shooter. He's not a great shooter. I don't think he's going to ever be an excellent shooter, but at least he's not scared to take the 15 to 12 jump shots, and he's not scared to float it in if he's not far away from the basket, because he is a big center. So he is lanky and he is long, a legitimate 6'11". So that length and that size allows him to have that ability to knock down those type of shots. But not only that, he does have a decent touch, basically a 70% free throw shooter for his career, basically 69.2, which is 70%, and he has already shown that he can be more better than DeAndre Jordan on that end of the court. But it does make you warrant the answer. If they're going to trade Jarrett Allen, which he does have some type of trade value, but the teams he can potentially go to, do they give you enough back for a guy that's on a rookie contract? Do they give you enough back that you'll want to let Jarrett Allen go? Where can he really go and really be that missing piece? Where could he really go that can get you another all-star caliber player back, so that way you can give the starting spot to DeAndre Jordan and still get that caliber player back to fix in and put in with Kyrie and Kevin Durant? So it's interesting when they talk about moving guys like Caris Levert, who has value because he's on a longer term deal and he has shown potential to be a potential all-star to a star caliber player. You have Spencer Dinwiddie, a guy that can break down the defense and really score the basketball. He's another guy that's supposed to be in that Jarrett Allen range where we know what we know what he is, we know what he can do, and he's a guy that he's going to bring those things to the table no matter where he goes. And it do make you wonder, like, was DeAndre Jordan really worth the money that they paid him to come with Kyrie and Kevin Durant? Because will he be that difference makers that they really need? Because if they're going to trade some of their bench for another star, which isn't a problem because you're trying to go all in and win a title while you still have 3 years left with Kevin Durant and Kyrie, because they already didn't do much this year because they both was mainly injured. Like I said before, the clock is ticking of winning the title for Brooklyn, and it's not going to be easy anyway. But I think Jarrett Allen has the highest ceiling. He's the better player already, and he's only 22 years old. And he's showing the ability to be more flexible and versatile and willing to take a lesser role for the benefit of the team. And he's not really asking for touches either, which is great when you're playing with two guys that like to have the ball in their hand and really score the basketball a lot. You need guys that's unselfish like that and team first like that. So I think it's interesting that a lot of people are ready to get rid of a lot of their young talent, which is going to be necessary to get that third star. But who are you really getting? Like, I don't really see nobody that's available right now that can really fit with Kyrie and Kevin Durant and get them over the hump, just because you have to have the assets to get that player. And even if you give up Caris and Jarrett and another piece, maybe Dinwiddie, are you going to be able to fill out the rest of your bench? I think that they can fill out the rest of their bench with some quality players. You're only going to need about, when you look at their roster now, and if they bring back Joe Harris, you only need about 3 more guys. And you can find 3 more veterans in the league to fill out that roster, or even 4 for a backup just in case somebody get injured or you get multiple injuries. You still do have that chance to replace these quality players with other guys that's just going to come in and be championship ready as veterans. So it's not the craziest idea to trade those 3 players for an all-star player. And if they can get a Bradley Beal, which I said a year ago and everybody started saying it, that will be a huge upgrade because you get a guy that's a great positional fit that can really knock down threes, score, and play make, plus be a great complementary player off the ball. Just like Kevin Durant can shoot off the ball, Kyrie can create and shoot off the ball, and so can Bradley Beal. Plus, they all can get out in transition. They all are great passers for their positions, and on top of that, it's just tough to guard them already. Just imagine if all 3 of them played on the same team with a bunch of guys that can just fit in that lineup and just do their job, like a DeAndre Jordan or a Joe Harris. And then you just have to worry about defending, which none of these guys are the greatest defenders at this point in their career. And the only reason I said about Kevin Durant is because he's coming off an Achilles injury, which hurts your mobility a little bit. Plus, we don't know how he's going to be because it's going to take him a couple more games to get acclimated back into playing big minutes and being more dependent on, because they're going to need him to do a lot if this team is going to be a legitimate championship contender. So it's interesting that Jarrett Allen is the one that they're going to definitely try to move with Caris or maybe even with Dinwiddie. I think that's a great package if you can add some picks, getting 3 quality players that know who they are, that you know who they are, and you know what you're getting from them. So other than that, I think it's kind of upsetting to see them get rid of a lot of their young pieces, but it's a championship or bust league. Once you get Kyrie and Kevin Durant, we thinking championships. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of this duo, especially because a lot of these players have health concerns because they always constantly having major or nagging injuries that really take them out of a season, which can hurt their record and give them a tougher road to get to the finals. They still do have high upside because they do have Kevin Durant and Kyrie, two of the most unguardable players. Plus, like I said, with some solid role players that they have and some picks that they have, they can package together something decent to get that third star if they do become available or that guy comes on the market, which we won't know until it happens or the trade comes out of nowhere. But other than that, I like Jarrett Allen. I think he has potential to be better. I really want to see him become a better defender. I think that's be more real important for his career. If he can be a rim protector and an anchor of another team's defense, I think that's going to be important. And I think that can potentially make or break his career as a franchise center because you draft him at number 22. That's an excellent spot to get a starting caliber center, especially that can still develop and still is very young. And you could say the same thing about Caris Levert, where he was drafted and he became a productive starter for them. And now you're just trying to find a way to cash in with Kevin Durant and Kyrie to win the title, which isn't bad. And you still do have DeAndre Jordan. If you do trade Jarrett Allen, you still do have another guy that can be productive in that role. He's not the same defender. He's not the same player that he once was, but he is still a decent starter at this point in his career. I'm not the biggest DeAndre Jordan fan, but you rather have him than nothing at this point if you do decide to trade Jarrett Allen, who is a decent asset. But I really want to see at the end of the day what happens with the Nets because this is a team that has a lot of talk around them. This is a team that they really want to, that has a lot of hype around them because the moves that they have made and the fact that they have one of the best players in the last 10 years in Kevin Durant that so many people want to see succeed. So many people want to see why he made that decision to leave Golden State, to go to Brooklyn, to play with Kyrie. So they're going to be a tough team to stop. They're going to be a tough team to defend. And if they can get that third piece that puts them over the top and really makes them favorites as a championship contender. Because I look at them right now as one of the better teams in the East, but I don't look at them as one of the elite teams in the entire NBA as currently constructed. And I continually say that, and they basically proved that this season when Kyrie was healthy, that there was a okay to bad team at best, mediocre. And adding Kevin Durant will definitely make them a great team, but it won't make them a elite team because of the defensive problems, the coaching problem, and the fact that their role players are just not where they need to be, and they don't have the chemistry to really be great at this point, which they're going to have to figure out basically this season or next year. But the time is ticking because if you waste another season, you got 2 more years with them. So you don't really have that much time to win a title with this team unless they resign, but they will be older, and we don't know the injuries, how severe they will be, if they will have some. So it's tough to predict if they really will win a title in the future because so many things come into play. But other than that, let me know what you guys think about Jarrett Allen. Let me know what you guys think the piece can be for them to become a title contender next season, as they will have Kyrie and Kevin Durant back fully healthy, hopefully at the start of the next season, or if they ever going to be a championship contender, because a lot of people don't really see it, and a lot of people are skeptical, and you can't really doubt them or you can't really hate on them for that until you see them play together, which we haven't seen on this team currently. So we all just have to guess and speculate and assume, which is unfortunate, but that's the situation that we all in because we all waiting to see these two players play together on this team. So other than that, like I said in the beginning of the video, check out my YouTube channel like you just did on this video. And if you like this video, if you already like, thanks for the love and the support. Check out my Facebook page and awesomeplayaround.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Click the link, it sends you my Facebook page. Like on Facebook, if you already liked on Facebook, thanks for the love and support. I appreciate it. You can buy merchandise, like I said in the beginning of the video. If you like a video just like this, subscribe because I make videos just like this each and every day, and also make NBA breakdowns of players and rookies. And I also do the draft. I also do preseason. I also do summer league. I also cover free agency and trade deadline and the playoff predictions all year round. So if you love basketball, you can't live without it. I got a video for you each and every day covering every single player, every single team that I feel like doing, and it's good content. So if you love basketball, you love the content, this is the channel for you. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis, I'm gone.